Good morning, everybody. What is going on? It's your boy Baddog here with a video, and not so much maybe about the New York Giants, but about the New York Giants. First, quick shout out to the Entertainah Talking Sports. Did the Giants show with them last night. It was awesome. I love doing that show with them. And I just watched this video this morning about 10 minutes ago about Snacks Harrison holding out of mandatory minicamp. And it kind of prompted me to make this video because, you know, there's a lot of people that were upset with a lot of the moves the Giants made. They're upset with Dave Gettleman about a lot of things. Letting go, trading Snacks Harrison for a 5th-round pick overall last year. A lot of people said we didn't get enough. It was a terrible trade. They love Snacks Harrison. I get that. Snacks was a very good player for us. He did a really good job. Nobody really complained about Olivier Vernon, which I kind of found amusing. A lot of people were ticked off that Gettleman did not sign Landon Collins or did not trade for him, and people forgetting that we get a compensatory pick for Landon Collins, so we do end up getting about a 3rd-round pick for Landon Collins signing with the Washington Redskins. So we do get a pick for Landon Collins, but a lot of people liked Landon Collins, and they were really mad that we didn't make an effort to sign him. And, of course, Odell Beckham, that ticked a lot of Giants fans off. Odell Beckham was an incredibly popular player here. He was a great player here. He was the most exciting Giant probably ever until Saquon Barkley got here. But, a lot of Giants fans were really mad that we let these guys go. And, like I said, Snacks holding out, Odell Beckham missing OTAs. Now, he is in mandatory minicamp. He is there, so he's doing his job there. So, kudos to him. But something that I want to talk about, and maybe this is overlooked a lot, is team chemistry. I think that sometimes people just look at the talent and they think that that's all that matters. Now, when we signed all these guys in 2016, when Snacks came here, when Janoris Jenkins came here, they drafted Landon Collins, they drafted Eli Apple. Well, they drafted Collins in 2015. They drafted Eli Apple. They drafted all these guys. They brought in all these guys. 2016, Vernon and Snacks and Janoris Jenkins, they just got paid. They got paid big time. They were in here. They were ready to go. New team, starting over. They were all motivated, and the defense killed it in 2016. But as things began to deteriorate, so did that locker room. And to me, it's easy. Winning fixes a lot of things, okay? But when you lose, that's when you really test the character of a player, the character of a person, how you handle losing. Handling winning is easy, but how you handle losing is obviously more difficult. So you could see the locker room begin to deteriorate. I look at that. Remember the dream team in Philadelphia? They were going to go 14-2. They were going to win a Super Bowl. They had all this talent. They ended up going 4-12. The New York Giants, they had a ton of talent. They couldn't win any games. And that's chemistry, man. Chemistry is a very, very underrated aspect of not just Giants football, but sports in general. I look at the New York Yankees this year. We have had a multitude of injuries to our best players. Didi Gregorius, Aaron Judge, Giancarlo Stanton, Dellin Betances, Luis Severino, Miguel Andujar. The list goes on and on and on. And yet this Yankee team has found chemistry with less talent, and they're in first place in the AL East. They're one of the best teams in Major League Baseball. I think sometimes less is more. I think sometimes guys get too hung up on the names on the back of the jersey and forget about, what it's all about, and that's this. It's about the logo, man. It's about the team. It's not about the player. Now, while these guys are incredibly talented, and I don't wish them any ill will, well, except for Landon Collins, maybe. I'd like to see him get his ass burned by Evan Ingram on more than one occasion this year. But besides him, I hope Odell Beckham balls out in Cleveland. It ain't going to bother me. I hope Snacks Harrison, I hope he does well in Detroit. But him holding out, Landon Collins can't shut his mouth. Odell Beckham not there for voluntary OTAs, which some guys got on my case about that video, saying that's not mandatory. Why are you making such a big deal about it? And that was my point. It wasn't mandatory. So the fact that he wasn't there is kind of like, I don't care. I don't have to be there. I don't care. Whereas if you want to be a leader, if you want to take the next step, you go to voluntary OTAs. You say, I don't have to be here, but damn it, I'm here and I'm ready to go. I'm ready to start my chapter. I'm ready to start a new chapter in my career. I'm ready to be a leader. I'm here. Let's do it. That's why I thought that was a bigger deal than some people obviously thought it was. But you can see all these locker room guys, all the guys that we got rid of, it's starting to come together. I hope Giants fans can see this. Why we traded Odell Beckham, why we let Landon Collins go, why we traded Snacks Harrison, who, like Chris said in his video, man, he's going to be 32 years old. That is ancient for a nose tackle. And his play began to diminish. He's not what he once was. This guy holding out when he's getting $15 million a year, it doesn't make any sense. He doesn't have any leverage. But this is the type of stuff that was going on in the Giants locker room. Now, you look at the mandatory minicamp today. Everybody's there. Everybody was there for OTAs. You don't hear any negative energy. Nobody's making headlines with the New York Giants, where when these players were there, it was a lot of negative headlines. To me, it's just something that I think is underestimated, is the chemistry that a team goes through. It takes a while to build chemistry, but when you got guys that aren't willing to put forth the effort, or guys that are running their mouths to the media, or guys that aren't showing up, or guys that are not doing their job, it brings everybody else in the locker room down, man. It starts to divide the locker room. And you guys, it's a big team. It's 53 guys, and you all have to be on the same page. You can't be, it's about me, I'm going to be selfish, I'm going to hold out, or I'm going to be selfish, I'm going to go run my mouth about the media because I'm going to say, you know what, I'm doing my job, this guy's not doing it. You don't do that type of stuff. I'm not saying the Giants are going to be world beaters this year. I'm not going to say, well, we're going to be 11-5, 12-4, but I do think the Giants are going to be better than a lot of people think we're going to be this year. I really do. But again, I just was doing this video because, in my opinion, I think that the chemistry in a locker room, the chemistry of a team is very overlooked by a lot of people. And I think that you are seeing now with the guys like Snacks Harrison, with Landon Collins, who just can't shut his mouth about the Giants, with Odell Beckham not going to voluntary OTAs. And again, I know, guys, I know he didn't have to be there. I know it wasn't mandatory. I get that, okay? Don't tell me, oh, it's not a big deal. No, maybe it's not a huge deal. Maybe I'm making a bigger deal about it than it is. But, as I said, to me, somebody not showing up for voluntary OTAs tells me they really don't care. When you don't have to do something but you do it, it shows you really do care. It shows to me that he would have cared a lot more if you would have just said, you know what, Damon, I'm going to be there. I want to be there for my teammates. I'm going to be there for Baker Mayfield. I want to be there for the fans. I want to show everybody that I am ready to go. I don't have to be here, but you know what? I am here and I'm ready to go. That's just the way I look at it. But Eli Apple was always a locker room cancer. We dumped his pathetic ass. Like I said, Snacks Harrison. Not that he was ever really a bad locker room guy from what I know, but now you can see he's got the holdout situation that creates headaches for a team. Landon Collins just keeps running his mouth. That's maybe not a headache, but you can see it's not conducive to good locker room chemistry, because some guys aren't going to be happy that he's running his mouth. And then, there's just a lot of things going on. So, again, I'm looking forward to the minicamp. I'll look forward to the updates. Maybe I'll do a video later on today about minicamp. I know a lot of Giants fans are probably going to do videos on it, so I'll probably throw my hat into the ring when it comes to that as well. So, yeah, that's really all I got. I talked for almost 8 minutes, so I'm going to get off of here now. But like I said, guys, and let me know. I mean, I believe that locker room chemistry is almost as important as the talent you're putting on the field. I really do. I think locker room chemistry is a very underrated aspect of professional sports. And I think now Giants fans, maybe they don't want to see it, but you're going to have to see it eventually, that this is why we let some of these guys go and traded these guys away. It was time to build a new locker room. It's time to build a new culture with the New York Giants. So until next time, guys, it is Baddog, and I am gone. Peace!